Iain from RTL here. Welcome to Retro Ranking, where we just concentrate more on songs and albums, and sometimes we go off kilter. And today we are, because we're going to talk about British UK sitcom themes and some of the great programmes that come from it. So I've got my usual 10 and some honourable mentions. So we're going to start at number 10, and this one was created by Roy Clark, and the tune was composed by Ronnie Hazelhurst, that did a lot of music for the BBC. It was one of the longest running sitcoms, and it ran from 1973 to 2010. So there was 31 series and a massive 295 episodes, and it is based around 3 characters, and then when people leave and move on. So the main characters, and we have Clegg, played by Peter Sallis, Brian Wilder Foggy, and of course Bill Owen as the brilliant compo. We're talking about Last of the Summer Wine. A lot of great actors and actresses come through this. Off the top of my head, Thora Hird was in it. She played Edie. Jean Alexander played Auntie Wainwright. Stephen Lewis played Smiler. Burt Kwok was in it. It was like a retirement home for actors. And the music that Ronnie done for this is just set in Yorkshire. Everything about it is so gentle and brilliant. I mean, I think it was at the best when we had Clegg, Foggy and compo. Of course we had Nora Batty, played by the brilliant Kathy Staff. Just a wonderful array of excellent actors and actresses. It sort of lost its zing after compo died, but Peter Sallis was on it from all the way through. Absolutely brilliant, and I just love this theme tune. It's just very gentle, isn't it, and summery. Great piece of work from Ronnie. Okay, number 9. Now this one is based on an actual person, and was written by John Cleese and his wife at the time, Connie Booth. I think it's called Faulty Towers. The music's actually written by Dennis Wilson, but it's brilliant. And the Basil Fawlty came from John Cleese staying in a hotel while filming with Monty Python. And you both think. And this only ran for 2 series, and like most good series, it's best to not do too many. This is some of the best comedy writing here. It's a fast, so great people that appeared in this. Bernard Cribbins was in it, the wonderful Joan Sanderson, the deaf lady, absolutely brilliant. And we had great characters. Prunella Scales as the ever-suffering wife of Basil, Sybil. Ke from Andrew Sachs as Manuel, absolutely brilliant. I know it's a jolly little piece of music. And what I used to like as well, the credits, it changed every week. We've had Fatty Owls and things. I used to love this. I've got it and I still love watching it now. Okay, coming in at number 8, one of the modern ones, and this one ended because of the sad death of one of its actors. This series ran from 1995 to 1998, and it is Father Ted. Set on the island of Craggy Island as Dermot Morgan, absolutely brilliant as Father Ted Quilly. Sadly, his death sort of thing, and they didn't carry on with it. And it introduced us to great characters. Father Dougal, of course, played by Ardell O'Halloran, and my favourite character, played by Frank Kelly. Father Jack. Drink! Girls, ash. Feck. Brilliant. The Bishop was played by Leonard Brennan, who was absolutely brilliant, and then of course Pauline Martin as the housekeeper, Mrs. Doyle. Richard Wilson was in it as well, wasn't he? The music was done. It's called The Songs of Love, and it's written by the Divine. Absolutely funny, and the music just really sets it off. Absolutely brilliant series. Okay, number 7. Now this ran with a 4-state series. Started off really bad. Well, not bad, but weak. And then a certain Ben Elton came on board and changed it around. And it's Blackadder, of course. Now this theme has been the same all the way through. It's sort of written. It's written by Howard Goodall, who wrote quite a lot of tunes as well. And how they done it was this is the wonderful of the different eras. Brilliant actors in this. Some memorable. I mean, you've got, of course, Rowan Atkinson played Blackadder absolutely superbly. Baldrick, Tony Robinson, brilliant. You got Hugh Laurie played George. Tim Inry played Percy, and they all had these characters. And then you had, of course, Stephen Fry, Melchi. Yeah. My favourite has to be the 4th in the First World War, and there was one guy that was in this all the time, from time to time, and that was the brilliant Rick Mayall as Lord Flashheart. Absolutely brilliant. I love the tune. It's quirky. It's such a brilliant piece of music to a brilliant comedy series that has me in stitches all the time, and it left us with some great one-lines. Everyone recognises this tune. Doesn't matter which version of it is, it's just brilliant. Okay, coming in number 6, one of the great sitcoms of the 80s. The song was written by Sid Temper and Roy Bennett, and it was for Cliff Richard in the Shadow, so you know what's coming. It is The Young Ones, written by Ben Elton again, Rick Mayall, Lisa Mayer and Alexis Sale. It was groundbreaking and very funny, and the thing is, the cast sang on it. Of course, we had Rick Mayall who played Rick. Nigel Player played Neil. Hey. Then we had Vivian, played by Aid Amerson, and then Christopher Ryan played Michael. Alexis Sale played the landlord. Absolutely brilliant. Bands used to come on and play. You know, Motorhead were on it, and we've spoke about this. Only 12 episodes. Best, of course, is when they went on University Challenge, and then it all ends with the bus going over the cliff. Absolutely brilliant, and I do like their version of that song. Okay, coming in at number 5. This goes back to the 70s. Written by one of the stars of the show. And it was all about, starred Graham Garden, Tim Brooke Taylor and Bill Oddie, The Goodies. Now this one actually had 2 themes. The first series was different, but it's the second version of the theme that I love. Now this ran from 1970 to 1982, 8 series on the Beeb and 1 on the ITV. That wasn't that thing, but it's the one that was goodies, goody, goody, yum, yum, diddle, 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 diddle. Absolutely hilarious. It's quite slapsticky. Some of my favourite episodes in this, of course, Kitten Kong, Ecky Thump, absolutely brilliant, and then you've got the special, which was the Goodies and the Beanstalk. Then you've got the one with the characters being chased by Dougal the dog. Some of the things were bizarre, but It's absolutely brilliant stuff. I love the goodies. Okay, coming in at number 4, probably one of my favourites. Written by John Sullivan, who actually sang the tune as well. Ronnie Hazelhurst did the musical arrangements, and it had 2 songs really, but it's the opening one from Only Fools and Horses. I love that. We had some of the most iconic comedy characters: Del Boy, Rodney, Grandad, and then Uncle Albert, supported by a great supporting cast: Roger Lloyd Park, Trigger, John Callis, Boise, Mike, played by Kenneth MacDonald, absolutely brilliant. And we had Raquel come in and Cassandra, and the last, the opening's great, but Hockey Street's brilliant as well, absolutely brilliant. Okay, coming in number 3 is the first of 3 mentions of the writers. This is a Jeremy Lloyd and David Croft one, and it was a parody of another series by the BBC. The actual series was The Secret Army, and the parody, of course, was Hello Hello. Differences: both set in cafes. Secret Army in Belgium and Hello Hello in France. The theme tune was written by David Croft with Roy Moore. I love the accordion, it sets the scene. And we have wonderful characters in this, of course. Gordon Kay as Rene as Yvette would say. Edith by Carmen de Silva. Guy Schneider as Gruber. Richard Gibson, Hairflick. And of course Arthur Boston, who played the postman. Ran for 10 years from 82 to 92, 9 series. Absolutely brilliant series. I've got it, and what I liked about it, it just flowed, and some great catchphrases. And what I liked about it, they used to do with the French accent, and when they were supposed to be speaking English, it was all jolly hockey sticks. Absolutely brilliant, and I love that tune. Number 2. Now I know Jimmy Barnes doesn't like this tune, but I think it's great. It's Red Dwarf, again written by Howard Goodall. Brilliant series, written mostly by Doug Naylor. Based on a book called Dave Hollis in Space. Fine characters out of this: Lister, Craig Charles; the Cat, Danny Johns; Rimmer, Chris Barry; and then Northampton's Robert Llewellyn as Crichton. 2 wonderful actors played Holly, Norman Lovett and Hattie, can't remember names, but absolutely brilliant. Lots of famous people have filmed this. This is still going, and there is talk of another one, and I just love it. Okay, my number 1. To me, this is the greatest sitcom ever. It's timeless. Another David Croft and Jeremy Lloyd, and it's the one sung by the wonderful Bud Flanagan, written by Jimmy Perry and Derek Taverner, and it's Who Do You Think? Oh, well, what can you say about this series? Legendary characters, legendary actors, all about the Home Guard. Some of you stupid boy, we're doomed. Sir, do you think is that wise? They don't like you, don't panic. Classics. This series ran 9 series, a radio series, 2 films, a stage show. What can you say? And I just love, it's Bud Flanagan singing the theme tune. Absolute coup. And it's so everyone knows that tune. And then you get the Coldstream Guards version at the end. It is just absolutely brilliant. So there we are. That's 10 of my favourite tunes in sitcoms. But we have got some honourable mentions. And the first one, again, is a Lloyd and Croft. Another war one. Set in India. And it's Meet the Gang 'cause the boys are here. Absolutely brilliant. It ain't half hot, mum. Some wonderful characters in this. Michael Bates, of course, who played Ranji. Bit controversial these days, but it was brilliant. I mean, Michael Bates was born in India. He knew it and he got it off to a T. I loved all his. We had, of course, Windsor Davis, who played Sergeant Major. Shut Up. Kenneth MacDonald again. This is where he was before he went into Fools and Horses. Now, there's one guy. There's Mervyn Haynes, great actor. Stuart McGugan, who went on to do Play School. But one of my favourite characters was played by Baba Bhatti. He played the Punkawalla, and I loved how he used to say something in Hindi or whatever, and then it always ended up with a bit of English. And the reply from Ranji was, "Stop being a clever dickie." Okay, so not a lot of people's cup of tea, but it's 8 series from 1974, and I love this. And I just think, also we had some other great actors in here. Mr. Lardy-Dard, Gunnar Graham. Wonderful series, and I know people don't like it, but I do. Okay, my next one is probably the shortest theme tune in this, and it was composed by Ronnie Hazelhurst, written by Raymond Allen, and the series is Some Mothers Do Have 'Em, which brought us the wonderful character of Frank Spencer, played brilliantly by Michael Crawford, who actually did all these stunts. So many memorable ones, but it's that one on the roller skates, absolutely out the top drawer. So many catchphrases. Ooh, Betty. Of course, Betty was played by Michelle Detrice. Brilliant. And the cat's done a whoopsie in the plants. Every impersonator has done impressions of Frank Spencer. This series ran from 73 to 78, and I still find it funny today. I love slapstick, so that's what I liked about it. Okay, my final one today is probably one of the best political satires ever written by Anthony Giant and Jonathan Lane, and it's Yes Minister, Miss Prime Minister. To say that Margaret Thatcher loved this means how good it was, and I know by other people that this is how it was run. Theme tune again written by Ronnie Hazelhurst, and it follows the story of the Minister Jim Hacker, played by the wonderful Paul Eddington, and his ever-suffering Permanent Secretary Bernard Woolley, played by the wonderful Derek Folds, and of course the Permanent Secretary Sir Humphrey Appleby, played brilliantly by Nigel Hawthorne. 3 very funny people who sort of thing. They did that reboot, didn't work, but Ronnie's the grandeur of the theme tune, and when you hear that, you know what you're getting. My favourite character in it is Sir Humphrey. Absolutely brilliant, and I do love this theme, and I do love this series. So there we go. A little bit different today, but it's always good fun doing these sort of things. I'm sure that if you've got any of your favourites, put them in the comments below. And don't forget, tomorrow is the closing day of Battle Royale. Midnight tomorrow. The vote shuts. So if you want to vote, it'll be in the link, it'll be in the Faces link, it's still on the community tab, and it's still on the What's On next week. So go and vote if you haven't already. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow, and It is Marathon Day, and what have we got for you tomorrow? Well, we're doing a thing in June called the June Dozens. I've got quite a few 12 album, so I thought we'd do them all through June. And we're going to start off with it was a request, and I can't remember whose request, but we're going to look at the Teenage Fan Club tomorrow. So that's all coming tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone. Bye for now.